There's been a new name added to the Canamity managerial shortlist, and this is a name nobody would have ever expected in the Canadian footballing realm, and a name I was completely unfamiliar with and had to dig deep and do some research and learn about the 49-year-old Polish manager who is currently without a management position, and this man is Marek Paspzun. Marek Paspzun is most recently a manager of the club side within Poland in the likes of Raków Częstochowa, who did absolutely brilliant things and has some incredible feats within the Polish footballing tier and realm. He is extremely great resume, albeit managing in Poland. It's still a very exciting resume, winning a lot of games, having a very exciting tactical outlook as well. But what he's managed to do with his recent club in Raków Częstochowa is extremely exciting. Bringing this side from the third tier, that is right, the third tier of Polish football, to the first tier of Polish football and winning the league title in just 7 years. Going from the third tier to the first tier and not just being in that division, but winning it over sides like Legia Warsaw and winning it over sides like Lech Poznan is extremely impressive. And also, I don't care what league you're in, if you're going up from the third tier to the first tier and winning the league, no matter what league you're in, no matter who you're managing, that is an extremely impressive feat and task, and the fact that he managed that is extremely exciting. I'm not saying he's a manager that I would love to see manage the Canadian national team. I think it's a great option, and it's fantastic that Kevin Blue is now leaving no stone unturned. And for me, Marek Paspzun is an option just like Stefan Kuntz. Stefan Kuntz and Marek Paspzun are both very exciting options and very intriguing, more importantly, very underrated options. These are guys that, looking into them, getting more knowledge on these managers, they're not guys who you would look and frown against and be like, I really don't want these guys managing Canada. For me, they're just very underrated shouts that I think could do a great job with the Canadian national team. We just don't know as much about them because they're not mainstream like the likes of Clement, like the likes of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, like the likes of Jesse Marsch. Marek Paspzun and Stefan Kuntz just aren't as nice names, not as pretty names as the other guys, not as much in the media or headlines. But it's still a very interesting show because Marek Paspzun has a very interesting coaching career. He's done some brilliant things within Poland. Albeit it is Poland, there's still some great sides in there, like I said, Legia Warsaw, like Lech Poznan, but he has also been with some other clubs within the footballing pyramid in Poland, some sides that I won't even try to pronounce their names because I know I'll butcher them. I've done some work with Raków Częstochowa and pronouncing their name, but some of these other names I am not even going to try and pronounce because I know I'm going to butcher them for you guys. But what he's done in Poland has been extremely impressive. Within 3 seasons, he had to restore them and bring them to the top division and top tier of Polish football. And 4 years after that, he delivered 2 Polish Cups, 2 Polish Super Cups, and 1 league title. And that is winning 5 trophies in 7 years for a side that has never had a single honor or a single club achievement till the likes of Marek Paspzun stepped in that 7-year reign, won them 5 trophies, and did a remarkable job. And like I said, I don't care what club you're in, if you're doing that with a side that has no history, has no successive achievements, and the fact that you're stepping in and managing that, it's extremely impressive. So no matter what league he's in, it's very exciting to see that he's managing to pull that off. It's just not as sexy of a name as a Marek Paspzun compared to a Jesse Marsch. And he, of course, did go on to decide to leave at the end of the 2022-23 season, and of course has been sitting out and waiting for his next opportunity and has yet to decide or take a club yet. But he's been linked to multiple sides and multiple jobs, and not just lower ranked Polish sides, and not just sides linked to some mediocre clubs. He's been linked to some very exciting sides that a lot of Canadian supporters who aren't even just big football supporters and just casuals will even know these sides. He has been linked to the likes of Legia Warsaw, the best side in Poland. He has been linked to the Polish national team job, and also quite a familiar team of probably a lot of Canadians in Premier League side in Brighton and Hove Albion, where of course our Canadian and Tom McGill plays. Doesn't really play, he just features, but the fact that we have a manager now being linked to us again that nobody's really heard of, but he's been linked to the likes of Legia Warsaw, Poland, and Brighton. He's also been linked to Sunderland, and it's just very interesting to see another manager be turned up and have interest in the Canadian national team. This was also reported, guys. I should bring up the first article that really broke this. Paspzun was linked to Canada through a Polish outlet just a few days ago from PSN Football, where they did tweet that Marek Paspzun could lead a national team into Copa America, and Vopol is among the candidates for Canadian national team and the head coach position. So this is where the rumors and all the talk came from around Marek Paspzun taking over Canada and him becoming a new candidate. This has, of course, not been talked about Christian Jack or anyone within the Canadian media yet, but it's very interesting to see a manager like Marek Paspzun be linked to the Canadian national team job, because his tactics are very interesting and very exciting. Marek Paspzun is a very clear and tactical identity. I won't really come off to you guys and say I know a lot about his tactics. I haven't watched him manage. I haven't seen him manage. But I've had to dig deep and learn about him. There's a few articles talking about his tactical outlook and his tactical play. It is on Sunderland Nation, where they did a report around him because he is linked to Sunderland. But they did a very good look at his tactical outlook. And Marek Paspzun is a very clear tactical identity, which personally, as a supporter, I love. If you can see and clearly understand what the manager is doing and see patterns of play, see how you're pressing, see how the team lines up, and be able to see a clear outlook on the match and understand what your team is trying to get out of the match, it is huge for the supporter, for the players, and it just installs a belief and a passion, and that your manager knows what he's doing and that you can trust where we are going in the right direction. Marek Paspzun most recently is known for using a 3-4-3 system, which is incredibly solid defensively and has a very high intense press. And this is all coming from Sunderland Nation, where they did that report. And the Pole is apparently not a fan of possession-based football, though his philosophy is to encourage ruthlessness in attack rather than any real patience. In essence, press like nutters and go straight for the throat, which I absolutely love. Hearing balls to the wall, get on the other team's back, try to win that ball high up the field, and attack, not sit back. For me, the one thing that really worries me with his formation and his setup is the 3 in the back, which I will get to in a second. But Paspzun also loves to bombard the opposition with crosses and flood the box with players. In fact, the 3-4-3 of his pretty much becomes a 3-2-5, which I found very interesting reading about that as well. When in possession to create overloads in wide areas, the wingers become inside forwards, and the wingbacks are given the freedom to attack the back post. So I really do like some elements of this 3-4-3, because we do have some of those wingbacks in the likes of Alphonso Davies, Sam Adekubi when he's healthy. Today, Scott Kennedy played at left wingback, which I find very interesting. We have Richie Larea, Alistair Johnston, Tajon Buchanan, who can all play that wingback role. And if they have the freedom in a 3-back formation to be able to try to absolutely suffocate the opposition in their half, in their final third to win the ball, but more importantly, to have that freedom, to have that ability to attack the back post, to try to score goals or create chances, that plays right into our tactics really, really well. Because we've seen it under Herdman, we've seen it with TFC. Richie Larea might be one of the most phenomenal dribblers in CONCACAF. And that might be high praise for me. He might be one of the top 3 best dribblers within the continent. Richie Larea is phenomenal with the ball at his feet. Causes so many penalties, causes so much commotion in opposition's box, and he has the pace and the dribbling nous to cause those troubles. And if he does get Marek Paspzun as his manager, gain the freedom to be able to attack the back post, to be able to go on forward, to bombard with overlaps, Richie Larea would play very much into that formation. The one thing that scares me about the 3 in the back, I really think Canada needs to switch and move into a new era of a 4 in the back. You look at our best players, Alphonso Davies now, with the play he had against Real Madrid with his goal, he really has a case to move up the pitch, which very much concerns me because we don't really have a out-and-out backup left back. Sam Adekubi's been playing on the right side for Vancouver Whitecaps and most recently came down with a bad injury. And we have the likes of Diadine Absey, who never really plays, and Scott Kennedy, who played left wing back today. And then you look at the right side, we have Alistair Johnston, Tajon Buchanan, we have Richie Larea, so many players who can play right back. For me, I think we need to switch into the 4 in the back, put our best players in their best positions, use Liam Millar, use Theo Corbinu, use Jaden Nelson, use your wingers, use your pace, use your creativity to their best outlook. So for me, I really want to see us go over 3 in the back, but I'm going to back whoever our manager is. I don't care what formation we're playing. I'm going to back the manager no matter what. And Marek Paspzun looks like a very intriguing option. And I'm very excited to see that we're not just getting linked to big names. That's what I was worried about when I saw Jose Mourinho, when I saw Jesse Marsch, when I saw Hervé Renard. I love that Kevin Blue is leaving no stone unturned, and he's doing a great job at finding some real gems of managers with Stefan Kuntz and the likes of Marek Paspzun, some guys who aren't the most sexy of names, but are very intriguing options. I think this could be a very underrated show, but it's not my go-to. I'm still sticking with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and then Jesse Marsch. Let me know your guys' comments down below on what you think of Marek Paspzun and his recent time with Raków Częstochowa, and if he's the man for the Canadian national team job. Make sure to drop a comment, hit that like button. It means a lot to me, guys, and really helps me out in the channel. Make sure to hit that sub button, guys. We're so close to 300 subs, and it means the world to me. Hope you guys are enjoying the recent content in the channel. I'm trying to put it out as much as possible. And you guys, I hope you guys are enjoying it. See you for the next one. Peace.